Pikmin 4 is mere days away at this point, and I'm having trouble processing this. Decade-long waiting periods are the biggest fear of any fan base, but that has unfortunately become the norm for us Pikmin fans. But all that means is that 10 years of anticipation have built up to this very moment. Pikmin 4 drops on Friday, and I haven't been this excited for a game since, well, I mean, Tears of the Kingdom was 2 months ago, but these are both special cases. However, just as anyone does with any highly anticipated release, I do have some worries for Pikmin 4. Worries that are buried under an enormous pile of hype, but worries nonetheless. So, I thought it'd be beneficial to get said fears off of my chest before the game launches and I inevitably forget about all of them as I'm engrossed into peak fiction. Let's get into it. Starting us off, I'd like to go with a fear that has actually been considerably helped by the demo, but still partly persists. I didn't play the demo to completion because I wanted to wait until release to fully get into the game, so apologies if anything I mention in this video is commented on with less information than you may possess. Oh, and spoilers for the first bits of the Pikmin 4 demo, I guess. This fear stems from our protagonist, which is bizarre because they are very cute as Pikmin characters tend to be, but the newest Rescue Corps member definitely caused me to worry a bit when they were first revealed. This is of course because they're a customizable self-insert style character, which is very different for the Pikmin series. Olimar is one of my favorite Nintendo protagonists of all time, and that's due to how well characterized he is. His journey to get off of PNF 404 is deeply personal, motivated solely by self-preservation and making it home to see his family. And while I didn't like Alf quite as much, the Copites are still delightful, carrying the extremely noble cause of saving their entire planet on their shoulders. These characters have personal relationships, dreams, faults, and a general well-roundedness that allows you to immediately sympathize with them and assume their role in the game. So, when I found out that Pikmin 4 would allow us to dictate everything about our character, I was less than excited. In instances like this, depth is often abandoned in favor of customizability, and that unfortunately seems to be the case in Pikmin 4. However, the way Pikmin 4 seems to be addressing this definitely makes it sting a little less. The supporting cast does all the heavy lifting. While I haven't spent that much time with them personally, the Rescue Corps members have been delightful so far, and while a personality-filled protagonist that could one day reach Echo Fighter status would have been preferable, this isn't all that bad. My second fear for Pikmin 4 was not addressed by the demo because this portion of the game wasn't in the demo. I'm talking about the new night expeditions. Now, in case you haven't heard me say it before, these are absolutely the game's biggest selling point for me. Night missions are something I've wanted in the Pikmin franchise for a long time. In every single game, you're told that you have to leave by night because of how dangerous the surface becomes, with nocturnal beasts freely roaming around searching for a midnight snack. But how cool would it be if you could willingly explore at this time, risking it all for a chance at increased efficiency in typical Pikmin fashion? Well, Pikmin 4 has finally fulfilled this wish of mine. Kinda. And that's where the fear comes in. The night expeditions in Pikmin 4 don't quite seem to be what I'd hoped for, that being an extension of the general gameplay. Instead, it seems like a new mode entirely. From the footage we've gotten so far, it looks like night missions are focused entirely on glow Pikmin and protecting their luminals. And hey, I don't have a problem with tower defense, I'm no stranger to blooms, but my primary worry comes from this feeling disjointed with the regular Pikmin gameplay. I was really hoping for night expeditions to be a smooth development of the conventions this franchise is known for. But, like I said at the beginning, a pretty minor fear overall. I'm still very excited to try it out, and glow Pikmin are already climbing in my favorite Pikmin ranking. So, we have a fear addressed by the demo and a fear ignored by the demo. It's only fair to wrap things up with a fear caused by the demo. This has been one of the biggest talking points in the community since the demo's release, and while I'm not firmly sitting on one side or the other, I am worried nonetheless. I am, of course, referring to the potential retcon/alternate universe/timeline nonsense that the demo may or may not allude to. Look, I'm not going to insinuate that Pikmin's story has been particularly deep thus far, or that it has some mind-blowing crazy lore to dive into. It really doesn't. That being said, having the trilogy follow a natural series of events was great. It's something you don't see in every Nintendo game. 1 leads to 2, 2 leads to 3, even if the latter is more disconnected than the originals. Pikmin 4 seems to muddle things a bit, at least potentially. It's hard to tell whether or not what Olimar says at the beginning is meant to be a simplification for newer players or meant to start the story from scratch, also likely for new players. And if it's the latter, that's kinda lame. I mean, you just remastered 1 and 2, so many people have been introduced or reintroduced to this story, so this would be a very strange time to decide not to follow it up, instead creating a diverging timeline, I guess? I don't know, if you had asked me to rank Nintendo franchises by how much they'd benefit from an alternate universe, Pikmin would find itself right below Ice Climber and right above Nintendogs. Especially with 3 leaving unanswered questions to be solved, this would definitely sting a little bit. But hey, no use getting upset at something yet to be confirmed. I remain fearful for the future of Pikmin's timeline and the existence of Captain Charlie, but at the end of the day, Pikmin 4 comes out this week. So yeah, who cares? As always, I'd love to hear what you think. Are you excited to pick up Pikmin 4 this week? And what worries do you have for the game, if any? Let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you later. Pikmin 4, here I come.